Hi guys, how you guys doing? This is the American making this video in Sarajevo, Bosnia Herzegovina. This country got independence in 1992 March. Actually, they declared independence in March 1992, but they had to struggle for almost over 4 years. They had a really bad infight, not like a civil war, but it's kind of a civil war, actually between three different religions: Muslims, Orthodox Christians, and Catholic Christians. I'll talk about this a little in detail while I'm walking here. Right here, I was standing in front of this mall. I had my lunch here a little while ago. Next to the mall, you'll see a church. I'm not sure whether it's Orthodox or Catholic, but it's a very visible church in the middle of a Muslim majority country. 52% of the people who live here are Muslim. In this city where I am right now, Sarajevo, 82% of the people who live here are Muslims. So you can imagine how diverse this country and city is. This building right there, because of its unique design, is also known as dancing building. I don't know why, but I think because of these videos, I guess, I don't know, but it's a kind of a crooked style building, something different, a little modern for this small country. Let's move forward. So this city was part of Yugoslavia. If you remember, in 1984 in Sarajevo, they had Olympics in 1984 for Winter Olympics. That's why this city was famous for. But between 92 and 95, this city was famous for infighting within the country, where three different factions of religions were fighting each other for their own reasons. What's this for? I think these young girls and boys are excited about Bosnia Herzegovina qualifying for World Cup in the USA, so that's why they are taking out rallies and cars, and I have seen few more activities like this before, so good luck for them. Hopefully they will do better in the World Cup. We'll see. One of these. So according to 2013 census, their total population is about 3.4 million people altogether, with three different ethnicities: Bosniak Muslims, Catholic Christians, and Orthodox Serbians. So accordingly, as per Dayton Accord in October 1995, they have a unique way of running the country. They have like three presidents at one time. Each president is here for 8 months. They take turns and they run their presidency for 4 years. But every 8 months, each president changes. So currently the president who's Muslim, he is the chair of presidency since March 2026 till now, and he will be replaced in November. And this is how it works. Then going to be another Serbian president and then Croat president. Yeah, if you stick with me, I'm going to try to cover in this video the recent history, which is about 30 years ago when they had infighting at the time of independence, and some really sad time period they had back in those 4 years that I'll talk about. If you stick with me till the end of the video, I'll take and talk more in detail. Slowly but gradually try to cover whatever I can while I'm walking and talking. So this video you're probably gonna see on YouTube because it's gonna be more than 10 minutes. Otherwise I would have put this on TikTok. Anyways, so little story about their independence. This used to be part of Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia was under indirect rule of Russia or Soviet Union at that time. Then in 91, 92, when the USSR was breaking apart, all the countries which you see now next to Russia were part of Soviet Union. However, Yugoslavia was part of 6 countries: Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Macedonia, Serbia, Montenegro, and also if you think about Kosovo, that's another country which was part of Yugoslavia, but actually it was a province of Serbia. So July 25, 1991, Slovenia and Croatia declared their independence, and after that in September 1991, Macedonia, which is known as North Macedonia now, also announced their independence. However, Bosnia Herzegovina had a referendum early March 1992 to decide if they want to get independence or not, and about 97% or 98% people in that referendum voted to go for independence, which did not went well with Serbian population in the country, which is about 35% at that time, who were Orthodox Christians. So the Serbian population of the country was not in favor of independence. They wanted to stay with Serbia, and they started fighting with the help of Yugoslavia army back then, and they kind of started war against the Muslims and Croats and some Jews at that time. Alright, on my way I have to stop by here. This is called Eternal Fire. This has been running for a long time in the memory of people who were died during World War II, April 6, 1945. So this fire is also known as Unlimited Fire or Forever Fire, Eternal Fire, and just something to commemorate and honor people who were killed in World War 1945. Okay, I'm entering in it's like a walkway. You'll see I'm walking through the western side of the walkway, then going forward about in a 10 minutes walk I will enter in the old town, Sarajevo, which has a very unique look. You'll find out soon. Anyways, continue with the current history. Current history is about 33 years ago, back in 1992 till 1995, they had a war for 4 years, from February 92 till, April 92 till February 95. The Serbian forces had a siege on Sarajevo city. They covered the city from all parts except one part. It's a mountainous city. This city, Sarajevo, is covered by mountains. And when the fight started, the Sarajevo or Serbian fighters, they covered or had a siege for Sarajevo for almost 4 years. Nobody was able to leave the city, and all the people at that time were kind of out of luck. Overall, 100,000 people died during these 4 years, including civilian and people with arms or military people. It's a very sad but recent history. These are their flags and the soccer, football jerseys. They're excited about World Cup. They will be going to US soon to participate in the World Cup. Anyway, continue with the war history. The Sarajevo siege was for 4 years, and during this siege, over 13,000 people died, including kids, women and children, civilians, and army personnel. Mostly Muslims, because the population of this city is predominantly Bosniak Muslims. For 2013 census, according to 2013 census, 82% people are Muslims. Since 2013 till 2026, they did not have any kind of census because of the political issues. It's a touchy subject. They don't want to do another census for now, but we'll see when they're going to have real number for current year 26 or beyond. Alright, I'm stopping by here at the Catholic Church in the center of Old Town, and you can see people around me. They're taking walking tour. They offer walking tour at least twice a day at 10:30 and 3 o'clock. If you don't know the history, I would recommend that you should take free walking tour. You just have to tip them 5, 10, 15 euro, whatever you feel like, but they don't charge you anything extra. Alright, here's the board for art gallery for Srebrenica genocide. It happened in July 1995. For within 10 days, from July 7th through July 11th through July 22nd, 1995, in 10 days, Serbian forces killed more than 8,000 young boys and adult men. They separated them from children and women and older people, and they massacred on purpose just to make sure that they don't participate in fighting against Serbians. I'll make a separate video, a small video. You can watch that later on. I'm going to go there in a few minutes. There are school children welcoming. Hello, hello. A lot of school kids. Yeah, these kids are happy now, and a lot of them, they don't even know what the history about their country. But it's a very tragic history. I cannot imagine, like, in this time of the year, or I mean, in this stage, in this era, when everything is so modernized and human being claim humanity and so many things about human rights. And if you look back 30 years ago, you cannot imagine people were killed based on their name because they were part of certain religion. It's so sad to see or hear these stories, but that's the fact of life. So I always say, like, we go to different countries and talk about history, but at this time, while we are alive, we are also part of history. Whatever happened or whatever is happening around us, recent years, if you go back, Gaza war or Ukraine war or currently Iranian war, you will see and think and say why people are killing each other in the name of religion or economy or power. I don't know how to say, but it's very, very depressing. You can think about it and see about it. All right, I'm in the mid part of the walk. It's called Sarajevo Meeting of Cultures, East and West. So I was in the West culture. Now I'm gonna add or walk towards the Eastern culture, which is mostly dominated by Muslim culture and heritage. And this old town has been there for a long time. During Ottoman Empire, 1400, mid 1400, a lot of Muslim or non-Muslims actually at that time converted to Islam, and since then the spread of Islam continued for over 100 years, and that's the reason you see majority of the people here in Bosnia overall are Muslim. You see a lot of people that have scarves or hijab. They are definitely Muslim, but a lot of people, like these girls for example, they're not wearing any hijab, but they are also Muslim. 80% or 82% of the people who are walking around, except the tourists, you can imagine that they are all Muslims. Let's walk towards the old town or eastern town. See, they have their traditional coffee or Turkish coffee. They have a lot of coffee culture here, and desserts. I'm going to show you their desserts, the traditional desserts that they have. It's a very touristic town. After the World War, not World War, I mean I'm talking about after the 92-95 war, although it was a very depressing thing to talk about, but still a lot of people come here just to get more information about that war. All right, so I'm here in the middle. You see right here on my right side, it's called a famous mosque. This was built in 1530 by Gazi Hasrab Beg. He was the governor. He was 3 times governor of Sarajevo during Ottoman times. He built this mosque and a lot of mosques around here, and overall in Bosnia there are about 2,000 mosques altogether. That's a big number. So I made a separate video inside of the mosque, like a short video, but this time they have closed this entrance, so I don't want to go in there, and I'm not allowed to go in there for now, but this is a very famous and historic mosque. So right across this mosque they have this museum, also known as Ghazi Hasrabek Museum. It has a lot of madrasas or schools. Again, here also you have to pay a little fee to go and look at the museum and different parts of the madrasa. Actually, that's on my right side is the madrasa, and you can see a lot of students are standing over there in line waiting for something. On the other side, they have a library, also known as Ghazi Hasrabek Library. Okay, a lot of youngsters. Okay, look at this. Yeah, I was talking about these desserts. That's their traditional dessert. Yeah, so this country has a lot of young population. I think the majority of the population is between 27 and 47 years old. That's why you see a lot of youngsters around here. More desserts, local desserts. I think these are baklavas, Ghazi baklava, and ice cream. It's good. Oh wow. A nice restaurant. Vegetarian option. If you are a vegetarian, you can eat something here. Otherwise, their famous food is their Bosnian kebabs. They call it sivachi or something. So here in Bosnia, they use Bosnian marks, which are about 2 for 1 euro. 1.95 marks, you can get it for 1 euro. So this is another mosque in the old town, and it was recently restored in 2021. Also built by Ghazi Hasrabek back in 15th century. So because of the majority Muslim country, this country has become another tourist spot or touristic country for a lot of Muslims around the world. You know, I have seen a lot of Turkish, Arabs, people from India, Pakistan, Sudan, Somalia, and other West African and Middle Eastern countries who come here just to see how it looks or feel like Muslim in the middle of Europe, and how do they celebrate or continue with their religion in this part of the world. Interesting. See a lot of kids. This spot is a very famous spot. People here come here just to gather and have a good time. This water that you are looking at right now, this is a famous fountain. They used to have about 2,000 fountains before the war, but now they have only one fountain which was not touched or not damaged during the war, and now people come here to drink free water. It's called sabil, like free water for everyone who's passing by, just like old days, a Muslim tradition, I guess, in Middle East. So many pigeons. Alright, I'm going to finish my video here. It's almost 25 minutes. Thanks for joining. Subscribe if you like it. And stay tuned for more videos coming up soon. Short videos and long ones too. Ciao.